This is The Test.
This is also the first episode I ever saw of this show.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You were telling me that. I actually never saw this one.
We were at a convention. I don't know, I think you were Wandering Artist Alley, and I was just up in the room, and it was on Cartoon Network. I was flipping through the channels. I'm like, well, let's see what this show's all about, because everyone was telling us that we should vlog it, and yeah, it was this episode and whichever one Cartoon Network was running after this that I came to you.
Yeah,
and
I think I
was
saw
like,
the one that they ran after it that you're talking about.
Yeah, and I was just like, I think you need to watch this show. I think we should vlog
no,
it.
and it was the one I saw before this that I said, I think you need to watch this show. So,
oh, really? All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, no. The one that whatever.
The one
it.
you saw was way more recent, I think.
No. The one that was before this, the Fusion one.
The Fusion one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I think you really need to see this show.
Yeah,
so we both knew it. It's like we had no problem doing vlogs.
So I
of
didn't.
This show.
I knew nothing about this show going into this episode. And I was just like, okay, I guess I'll piece this together. I'm like, they're called gems, must have superpowers. Steven has 3 mommies. I don't know. And I liked all the video game references, the video game soundtrack.
Yeah, this one probably
it was
feels
about building
the
up his
most
confidence. There was somebody named
with that.
Rose. I didn't know who Rose was at the time, but they mentioned her at the end. So I was like, yeah, this is a really solid episode. It's funny because it makes more sense now, but I kind of figured out most of it just getting dumped straight into it.
Yeah, that is
so.
one that, watching it, I always kind of think to myself, well, kids figure this out. Can they follow this or whatever? But kind of like what you said, I'm thinking about shows we watched. It's like, we usually figured it out,
Yeah,
and they didn't always have this long explanation.
I put most things together. Like, if I kept watching episodes after this, I'm sure I would have figured out who all these people were. But
yeah.
I do love the video game levels they design. It's kind of like Marble Madness meets Super
Zelda,
Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember Marble Madness? The game was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's very short. Well,
It
depending
is.
on how good you are at it, but yeah, no, it reminded me a
Was
lot
it the
of that.
silly world where everything you know is wrong?
Yeah, so you have to go upwards to downwards. Oh, blew your mind.
You have to go backwards, go forwards. Come on.
Keep coming. But yeah, it was. I really like those video game levels. I like it was nothing like 100% direct from anything. It just has that feel. I love the little theme when he completes every single one. I really love that little musical.
The funny thing is, yeah, I was like, wow, this really is like a video game. That little ending thing, like with the little star balloons, and I would fucking play this game.
Yeah,
I'm like, they need to make a video game based on this.
You'd probably beat it very quickly, but
you would make it harder.
But what I like about this episode is that, the whole thing is the gems want to make Steven feel like, that he's evolving, and they want him to genuinely evolve, but they also don't want him to hurt himself, and rightfully so. If these were real, he would be a million pieces by now because he would have been squashed by the spikes.
He would have made it through, yeah, up until the spikes. And
he'd be dead, so you can't blame him. But it's also this idea that they're trying to do it because they know he really needs them to build the confidence and stuff. And what I like about this episode is at the very end you realize like how much they really need him as well.
Yeah.
No, and they really need him to build their confidence that they're doing a good job. I think a lot of people forget that with like Parenthood and stuff
that's
like
what
that.
Garnet
They feed into each other.
They were pretty much saying it. It's like, we have no clue what the hell we're doing.
Yeah. That was the one...
Rose would have, but we're just like, ah.
That was a line in the Casper movie I really love is when the father says, he's talking to the mother, the dead mother, and says, I have no idea what I'm doing. And she says, what parent does? Yeah. That's very true.
And I mean, this show really can't compare to Casper, but
the majesty that is Casper. Yeah. But no, it is something that I think is very true. That a lot that you just wing it and you do your best, and that the parents probably do give more, obviously to the child. They have to raise a child, but the child really does give a lot to the parents that, whether the child or the parents realize it, but, they do feed into each other.
Unless it's like Children of the Corn or The Bad Seed or something.
Yeah, then that's pretty fucked up. But
I can't think of much else to say about this episode.
I like when he goes to sort of the top of the levels, I'll just call them, and he's walking through and he sees how they work, and it's very quiet. I can't explain it, but there's something... It's like even in a game where you sort of find that secret level, or you go like a level beyond, it's like somewhere that's like I don't know, somehow you find it and it's a quiet level. You sort of feel like, ooh, this is it's like all the other levels had like sounds and big stuff, and this is just a quiet level, and there's something that's almost like magical about, like, you're behind the scenes somehow. You're like, I can't explain it, but it is somehow it kind of captured that, whether it was intentional or not. But yeah, there's something, or like we see behind the scenes of like anything, like an amusement park or something like that, and there's like, it's not like, wow, look at that, or isn't that cool or anything. It's actually like really quiet and really subdued, and there's something really
as you
neat
realize
about
that all the screws are coming loose.
well, I had to. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I guess not really much. It's interesting that that episode was a test, the whole time. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. I think the ending is kind of what makes it the most.
I think you just went, oh!
Yeah, no, just after it was done, the credits roll, I just went, oh! But yeah, no, it was, but it was not only cute, it was meaningful. It was a very meaningful episode that I think, shows the strength of the relationship between all of them. So, yeah, I think that's about it, and we will see you at the next one. See you there.